Hi, I am Saurabh Kant and I am an Indian Statistical Services probationer, and I have come here for the foundation course, and this will last till 6th May 2023. We are very much excited, and we are going to get exposed to various governance in the government, and we are looking forward for many interesting sessions, and we are very excited to have great time here in the MCRHRD Institute of Government of Telangana. Thank you.
I am Subham Tripathi. I am Officer Trainee of Indian Statistical Service 2021 batch, and I am here for foundation course of special foundation course of 2023. And for governance, the pleasant of Hyderabad is so nice, and I am looking forward for great pleasure and governance of Telangana. Thank you so much.
Good morning. I am Shutobha Ghosh. I am from Indian Statistical Service 2021 batch, and I am looking forward this special foundation course to interact with the Indian Economic Service officers and as well as our fraternity of Statistical Service. Thank you.
Everybody, I am Vasumana Punj, part of the special foundation course from the Indian Statistical Services, and I feel this is a great opportunity for all our civil servants to learn leadership as well as management. We'll be exposed to different modules over here, especially the village visit, so it will be a great learning experience for us, wherein we'll see how the things happen at the ground level. Also, policy making will get a direct feeder information from this. So looking forward to this and the many more challenges that it comes with. Thank you.
Hello everyone. I am Raghavendra Pandey from Indian Statistical Service 2021 batch, and I am looking forward to this foundation course because it will develop a better inter-service coordination, and it will give us exposure to the various ground level scheme due to because of village visit, and we will also get to trekking also. So we have lot of exposure over here, and we are really looking forward to this foundation course. Thank you.
Good morning, myself Siddharth Sahu. I am from Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh, and I am as a statistical officer 2020 batch, and I am here getting the lot of exposure with interaction with the various civil servant officers, and I got a lot of experience here with interaction with different services. Thank you.
Good morning all. My name is Ranjana Saini. I belong to the Indian Statistical Service 2021 batch. We all are here for the special foundation course, which is of 15 weeks. Here we are interacting with the different civil servant like economic service people, and also we are interacting with our seniors of Indian Statistical Service. So we are really enjoying the stay here. थैंक यू।
नमस्कार दोस्तों, मेरा नाम नीतेश कुमार मिश्रा है और मैं भारतीय सांख्यिकी सेवा के 2021 बैच का प्रशिक्षु हूँ, और हम यहाँ हैदराबाद में मारी चन्ना रेड्डी ह्यूमन रिसोर्स डेवलपमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट में अपनी फाउंडेशन कोर्स की ट्रेनिंग के लिए आए हुए हैं। और मैं एक बात कहना चाहूँगा हैदराबाद के बारे में। हैदराबाद में आते ही मुझे हैदराबाद से प्यार हो गया है। हैदराबाद बहुत ही अच्छी जगह है, और स्पेशली ये इंस्टीट्यूट, ये काफ़ी सुंदर इंस्टीट्यूट है, और हमें यहाँ पे बहुत सारी चीज़ें करने का मौका मिल रहा है जो हम अभी तक की अपनी ट्रेनिंग में नहीं कर पाए हैं, जैसे कि कई सारी एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटी, स्विमिंग और ट्रैकिंग वगैरह। मुझे लगता है मेरे 3.5 महीने यहाँ बहुत अच्छे होने वाले हैं। थैंक यू सो मच।
the permission of Director General, I begin the ceremony, inauguration ceremony. So we are very glad to have Dr. Shailendra Kumar Joshi sir, who is advisor to the government of Telangana for irrigation and our former Chief Secretary. And I would now request all the dignitaries to kindly join us on the dais, please. As the ritual goes, to begin with the ceremony, I am and mark the momentum. Request our DG sir to present a sapling to the chief guest sir and welcome him. So I have a great opportunity to request Dr. Kota Tirupatayya sir, IFS retired, to kindly come on the podium and present the welcome address. Sir, may please.
Good morning, everyone. Happy National Voters Day. It's a great beginning for all of us, especially for you, who must have recently, enrolled and started voting in the elections. The chief guest, Dr. Joshi, Director General, Shri Benharma is the Thekka, Additional Director General, Srimati Anita Rajendra, Course Director and the Center Head for Center for Public Administration, Dr. Madhavi, my senior colleagues in the faculty, officers, staff, and my dear OTs. In the welcome address, I would like to first of all acknowledge with gratitude the presence of Dr. Joshi. In fact, 1 month back only he was here in for another special foundation course. Thank you, sir, for coming. I would like to also acknowledge in absentia the presence of Sri Santosh Kumar Gupta, Joint Director, NASTA, National Statistics Systems Training Academy. Also Srimati Seema, Joint Director from the Indian Economic Service, who happened to be alumni of this institute. They were here, I remember, in the 86th foundation course. So with gratitude, we also acknowledge their presence in absentia in the welcome. Also, to all of you, the young batches, after a few years, we have now people who are direct after recruitment. In fact, some of them have received the appointment orders and came directly here. They didn't have even go to their ministries and saw their superiors. So in the last couple of days, they have already, with their energy and keenness, they have already added 2 years to my life. I'm already feeling younger by 2 years. I hope by the time FC is over, we'll become youth. Okay, that's a great energy that we have seen in the last couple of days, and I hope that it keeps on increasing, not only continues, but also increasing. Inaugural ceremony, especially in my opinion, is a very important formal ceremony for a long-term course like special foundation course, because it sets the tone for the whole course. I still remember when Sri B.N. Yugandhar, who was director at LBSNA, in his opening address, what he said. Still, that sets the kind of tone for imagination, for inspiring, and basically this will be a course for your time to question things that you hold on very dearly, time to seek answers, also time to self-discovery. So welcome to a journey on this self-discovery for the next 15 weeks. And I am sure in this inaugural address also, the messages that the senior officers here, the ADG, the DG and the chief guest would be giving, I am very sure each time I hear them, there is something to take, something great that inspires people. So I also hope that you will carry something from this. I would like to just say that a good beginning, as people say, a good beginning is half work done. But especially in an academic scenario, I would like to call on a sloka from Rigveda. Anu Bhadra Kratavo Yantu Vishwataha. Let noble thoughts come to me from all directions. So I think that would summarize the necessity or the expectations from the foundation course. Keep yourself open to ideas. Let ideas come from all the directions to enrich whatever you already know and also to give you something more. With this, I once again extend a warm welcome on my personal behalf and on behalf of the Institute to most of you who are first time to Hyderabad. And in store is a lot of rich exposure to the varied culture and diversity of Hyderabad. And extend a warm welcome to the special foundation course also. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Now, you must be looking forward to understand how is the course structure going to be. I mean, a lot has been told to you in the course briefing itself, but to present it more thoughtfully and formally, I would request the course director herself, who is also the head for Center of Public Administration, Dr. Ravalpati Madhvi ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome her with a great applause.
We have with us today an adorable personality of amazing excellence, the senator of the day's function, Shri S.K. Joshi sir, who is the present advisor to the government of Telangana and the former chief secretary of government of Telangana, and a compassionate comrade and a caring guide, our beloved Director General, Shri Benhar Mahesh Tekka, the Principal Secretary to Government of Telangana, who always persuades us for the perpetual industry and earnest integrity. And our ever-smiling Additional Director General Ma'am, Srimati Anita Rajendra, IAS, and the Principal Secretary to Government of Telangana, who is the inspiring impetus for this program. And our own, the guiding guru of this institute, our Chief Consultant Training, Dr. K.T. Tirupataya, who is encouraging us to conduct every program here with all grit and perfection. Many senior officers who have joined this inaugural session today, and the young officer trainees, and all my colleagues and the course team, a warm welcome and a good morning to you all. There is, basically, this happens to be the 18th foundation course. This happens to be the 18th foundation course, and this being the 18th foundation course, I am delighted to give the significance of the number 18. The number 18 does not only have the numerological significance, but it has some mythological connotation in many faiths also. If you would allow me, I just would like to say the numerological value of Sanskrit word 18 is Jaya, which means victory. 1 signifies Ya, 8 signifies Ja, which means Jaya, the victory. And you know, there are 18 Puranas, Astadasya Puranas in the Hindu mythology, and Bhagavad Gita has 18 chapters. There are 18 Dharma Shastras, and the number of armies fought in Kurukshetra are 18. Kurukshetra war lasted for 18 days, and Lord Krishna killed Kamsa at the age of 18, and the holy steps of Ayyappa temple has 18, and the biblical significance of 18 means bondage. After taking possession of the promised land, children of Israel were in bondage with several nations and people. Israel people were oppressed by King Eglon for 18 years. Right? That is the significance in the Bible. And in Quran, Surah 18 verse, title Al-Kahf contains 110 verses giving the timings and contextual background of divine revelation. Chinese pronounce 18 as Shifa, meaning definitely get rich. It means definitely get rich. Now I believe we are blessed with the divine providence of 18, that is Jaya, and I consider myself to be fortunate for heading this training as course director, because we feel we are already successful, like Dr. Tirupati was saying that a course well begun is half done, and we are already half the way of our victory with your cooperation and with your coordination. With this, at our institute, basically, I just would like to refer to a scriptural inscription which goes like this: Esham na vidya, na tapo na danam, na jnanam na silam, na guno na dharmote, mrityu loke bhu vibara bhuna manishya rupanam mrugasyanti. Which says that a person who is not knowledgeable, who is not duty bound, and who does not introspect himself, he or she is burden on the earth. That's what is the mandate goes like that. And we at MCRHRD Institute for the last 17 years, and this happens to be the 18th FC, we have been striving to discharge this pious obligation by instilling these ideal qualities and virtues among the officer trainees who ever come here to attend many foundation courses. And sir, let me apprise, I would like to draw the kind attention of our chief guest today that this total batch comprises of 86 ISS officers and 26 IES officers, sir. And among them, 54 are lady officers and 58 are gentlemen officers, which makes almost 50% of the combination. That really makes the course, the total number more significant. And the primary objective of this foundation course is to make the officer trainees aware the opportunities and the challenges that are there in the civil service, and at the same time to give you a well-grounded and well-developed overall personality by promoting esprit de corps among the officer trainees. And in order to provide all this, we have devised, in fact, there is already a design that is given to us, and we try to execute the course as it is mandated to be executed. Sir, their day begins at 6:30 p.m. As everyone believes, we also believe that healthy mind in healthy body, and to make their bodies and physique very healthy, we provide them PT from 6:30 to 7:30. And to make their minds more fit, our academic sessions begin from 9:30 and they end up at 4:30. And during these academic sessions, we try to give a host of subjects like political concepts and Constitution of India, public administration, law, management and behavioral sciences, basic economics, different languages, and information and communication technology. These all subjects are scheduled to be given in 245 sessions in 13 weeks. Though the course is of for 15 weeks, the academics schedule is spread in 13 weeks, 245 sessions, and we try to provide these sessions through different methodologies. Either it could be an interactive lecture, or group discussions, or exercises and discussion with case studies, field visits, and role play. And at the same time, they may have to write certain essays, sir, during these academic sessions only. And the assessment is both formative and summative. We make them to write assignments intermittently to evaluate them during the course, and after the course is done, we conduct a final exam, that is end course exam. This is with regard to the academic sessions. And after 4:30, they are not let free, sir. Actually, they all are formed into different clubs and societies. The elections are scheduled on coming Saturday, 28th itself. They will be forming into 6 clubs and societies like Social Service Club, Officers Mess Committee, and sir himself was a probationer at LBSN. I don't have to explain him about the clubs and societies, but here also they form themselves into 6 societies, sir, and through those societies they try to conduct many programs which are informative, educative and social, which deal with social issues and all. They try to conduct all these activities during the after they form themselves into the clubs. And we have another component called as co-curricular and extracurricular activities also. The co-curricular activities are like writing, essay writing, and I mentioned that in 13 weeks we are giving the schedule. But at the 2 weeks, the remaining 2 weeks, 1 week they all will be sent on trek to have to test their physical endurance, and at the same time to test their the group dynamics and the leadership qualities. They all are sent to trek, and for another week they will be sent to village visit to understand the complexities of village life and to understand the traumas and travail that the rural populace in India go through, so that you can you are free to render your services at your field. Village visit and trek are organized for 1 week each. Thereby we complete the 15 weeks. Apart from that, in our extracurricular module, they try to conduct an India Day. They will have an India Day celebration wherein we celebrate the oneness of India, the unity in diversity. And then there is a Kesinha One Act play that will be organized by them, and which is a theatre, sir. They organize that. And a FET is also organized to test their culinary and the marketing skills. These are the extracurricular activities that are taken up. And there are certain counseling sessions also given to, they all will be formed into different counselor groups, and a counselor is attached to them, and it is an informal meeting with the counselor. Thereby we just try to impart the designed curriculum that is forwarded to us by the DOPT and by the LBSNA also. This is how we just try to comprehend the 15 weeks, and we try to give the required inputs to all the officer trainees in this foundation course, right? And apart from this, sir, they will perform some cultural evenings, and they will have all the good time over here. That's why it's not just about attending the academic sessions. It is about harnessing your hidden, eliciting our hidden talents and harnessing a new hobby or new talent. Thereby we give you some ECM activities also, like, sir, they may learn a guitar, they may learn a keyboard, or they may take up a vocal, like it could be vocal or it could be classical dance, whichever you are interested in. We have painting sessions also. They will take up one activity, and by the time they leave the course, they would be able to perform one act on the thing that they have caught up during these ECM activities. This is how the total course is devised, and with all your cooperation, I hope and I anticipate the successful conduct of this program, and have a pleasant stay at MCRHRD Institute, and have loads of enjoyment also, but with a reasonable seasoning of discipline and punctuality. Thank you so much, and all the best to you.
I would take an opportunity to invite a guiding force who has been administrator over here, a guide and a mentor, and known for her objective management leadership. And she always keeps the clock going. And even if we want to kind of take a break or divert in the direction we want, she would put us in the right frame. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome Srimati Anita Rajendra, member of Indian Administrative Service of 1998 batch, and I'll request ma'am to come to the podium and enlighten us with her good words.
Good morning, everyone. Respected Chief Guest, our S.K. Joshi sir, our dear Director General Mahesh Datekka, faculty and staff of the Institute, and last but not least, the OTs who have come here. I welcome all of you, a warm welcome, and hope you will enjoy this stay of 15 weeks here. Foundation courses are very, very important. We just concluded one foundation course for All India officers for Indian Forest Service and Indian Railway Service and other services on 30th of December, and I was course director for that. And I definitely feel that you people coming from statistical service and economic service seem to be more disciplined than them. Let me give that in the first place. It looks very colorful because in that course we didn't have many women officers. Now I see many of you. So 50% of women officers makes the whole place very, very colorful and meaningful. So welcome to all of you. And it's nice to see that some of you are directly coming here after your appointment. And that's the best thing, best part for any foundation course. Once you go to the field and then come back, there's a different attitude. So when you come directly, it's a different game altogether. Well, in your long journey, you're going to start off now. You will be facing a lot of things. And economics and statistics, the most important services for the country. Because it is on your figures that you work out that the country's economy depends, or rather we feel. And if you try to budge with the figures, then you are throwing all a billion dreams and hopes to the air. So please keep that in mind when you work and what your service actually means to the nation and to these billion people. Of course, a lot of things can happen when you're working, and you may be instigated, you may be intimidated to go on with certain things, certain figures. So fear is something which is not just a stimuli, but it can be positive and it can be negative also. So if it depends on your choice, whether you want to take it in a positive manner or in a negative manner. If you want to take it fear, if you are really scared of that and doing anything or anything, then you just have to forget everything and then just run away. That is the negative impact. And if you think it has to have a positive impact, then you have to stand, face the challenge, and rise. And that rise will be there for the rest of your career and your life. So it is your choice. Ultimately, depending on your choice, what you want to be and what you want to make yourself. This foundation course will definitely push you into that track, and probably you will be enjoying, apart from the academics, you enjoy your camaraderie here, and then you find yourself getting together, working together again somewhere, sometime in your careers. You may meet or may not meet also, but this helps you to encourage you to have a leadership quality among you, and then how to take about your team, and then to work in a team, to lead a team. So many things you can learn, and hopefully you will enjoy. And our premises also is very nice. MCRHRD, I think, is just after Labasna. So you will enjoy your stay here. Wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Now is the time to welcome our beacon, our guiding force, who is very strong with his actions, but very soft with his intentions. Most of you would not have been aware the kind of homework, the kind of care, the kind of soft touch that he has given to ensure all of you have a comfortable and a stay which gives you a wholesome experience and transform you to become better officers and better human being. So, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, here is the opportunity to welcome none other than our Honorable Director General, who is also the Principal Secretary to the Government and member of Indian Administrative Service of 1995 batch. Sir, it's an honor to welcome you to the podium and enlighten us with your words. Please.
Good afternoon, one and all. I welcome our chief guest, Sri S.K. Joshi, sir, who was our ex-chief secretary and presently advisor irrigation to the government. My additional DG, Anita Rajender, Chief Consultant Training, Dr. Tirupataya, CD, Mrs. Madhavi, center heads, faculty, and staff of Institute, and all officer trainees who are participating in this special foundation course and its inaugural function. Welcome to all of you. It's my strong conviction that ours is a great administrative training institute, and with that it is a professional privilege that this honor of organizing special foundation course with 112 participants for 2 different services, Indian Statistical Services and Indian Economic Services, commencing from 23rd January. It has started, and which will be concluding on 6th May. So it's an honor and privilege for all of us to be associated with this special foundation course. As my colleague has made a mention, just 1 month back, in the month of December, in fact on 30th December, we had the valedictory for the special FC and FC which we had from September to December 30th. In fact, there was a request from your training institute, from your controlling cadres, to have the training during that point of time. But then we said that since time is less, and then all of a sudden we have got that special FC from September to December. So our hands are full. So if we have to do justice, then with all fairness, we would like to do it in January. That too, in the third week or so that it is not getting interrupted with Sankranti. In fact, last year, it was back-to-back training programs for us. We talked about Spatial FC and FC, we did it in September to December. But last year itself, we did one more foundation course. That was from January till April. So we had only 2-3 months break, and then we had this second round of foundation course for different services and trainees. Now, few things which I wanted to tell why this foundation course becomes important and why so much of importance is being attached to it. See, many of you would not know now. In fact, we also didn't realize when we did it. But later on, growing with the years, we found that without your foundation course, number one, your probation don't get declared in the service. Without foundation course getting completed, your confirmation in the service is not declared. Second, whatever numbers or marks, I would rather say, which you get during the exams and assessment, it forms part of your inter-say seniority. And third, since it is a beginning of the career, your 15 weeks, which is more than 3 months, anything going beyond 3 months, it ensures or it mandates that your annual confidential report for the 3 months is submitted to the controlling ministry. So these are the 3 things which also happens simultaneously. So I would urge all of you to ensure that professional ethics and discipline with your overall commitment is maintained during the coming 15 weeks duration. Now, when we say 15 weeks, the course director said 13 weeks for academic sessions. Now, what are the other 2 weeks? 1 week is meant for your tracking. It will be complete 6 days. And another 1 week is for your village visit with 1 week stay there. Now, when I looked at the mandate and other objective of the service, I found that as far as ISS is concerned, it is spread across 40 different ministries of the central government. And your inputs, your opinions, your viewpoints, I am talking about professional opinions and viewpoints, are taken into consideration while formulating different programs and policies of the government, which is meant for the development of the country and well-being of the citizens. As far as IES is concerned, their role also covers around 50 plus different ministries. And again, the core objective of the service is to undertake economic analysis and then give professional guidance for strengthening and monitoring the delivery systems of the public programs. Now, with the large-scale economic reforms which our country has undergone since 1991, the role of these two services has become very, very important. Also, what we feel that when we do this special foundation course, we don't doubt your intellectual or academic capabilities. It is basically to ground you in basic knowledge of the governance system. And that's why we try to give this input in two ways. One is classroom inputs, and the other one is outside the class, like when you have or when you will undergo so many field visits. In what way each one of them, in what way all the subsystems are contributing to the overall progress. For example, we are getting, no doubt we have in-house resource persons, but to give it a critical weight, we call eminent personalities. Like you will hear from Subbarao, who is ex-RBI governor. his insights into the policy making or economic reforms and other fiscal matters will give you more profound knowledge. Same way, when you go out for your field visits, you will see how the IT sector. Now, when we say IT sector, we have two growing or growth centers in India, one in Hyderabad, one in Bangalore. Same way, when we say biotechnology, we have in Pune, we have in Hyderabad. And many of the hidden strengths we ourselves do not know. 70% of the vaccines of the world, it gets produced and supplied by India from these two centers. So this is how we are trying to design your course in such a way that it gives you a holistic view, a holistic understanding of all the things. When I see the breakup, as everybody has pointed out, and in fact, I always advocate that we need to have more lady officers in the governance. And every time when the training program comes, I look at it more closely, that how many are lady officers and how many are gentlemen officers, because I feel the way and the approach which a female officer has towards an issue or subject is more encompassing than the way others look at it. And my colleagues stated that lighting the lamp in a befitting way is a good symbol and a good beginning. But I feel that having 50% officers, lady officers, for us is a good beginning. And in fact, now what I feel, earlier, since we had less number of lady officers, I will tell you, in military engineering services, we had around 5 or 6 out of 41. And in All India Service and Central Civil Services, we had 48 total participants, in that around 4. So what we were doing, like suppose if we have sports meet, just to give them participation, we were saying, okay, in this team A, 2 ladies will be there. In this team B, another 3 ladies will be there. But now, this time, we can have one full female team for all the games, for all the activities. Even one full female team will go for village visit. Same way, one full female team will go for trekking. And there is nothing to be disappointed by the gentlemen officers, because equally challenging roles will be given to them. Equally challenging roles. So, and then we always take pride and honor in doing foundation course, because when we run this course, we feel that a kind of mini India exists in the campus. This time also, if I see, like all of you represent 13 different states. No doubt for some states the number is big, but still 13 different states are getting represented here. And with them they bring their own cultural richness, their own value system. And once they intermingle here, the rich values and traditions of India is made known to each other, and then it helps in its preservation. So, the overall mandate for any service is an accountable public delivery system and ensuring that the overall development of the country, progress of the country is taken care of. So, my team is confident that with your will, commitment, enthusiasm, and willingness to learn, we could collectively spend the time, 15 weeks time, productively and add value to each other's life. In fact, the feedback which I got from the course team on the first day itself, when you were asked about the expectations, I came to know some of you not only play badminton, but you can teach badminton also. And some of you are trained dancers. Some of you want to do star gazing. It's good you don't do any other gazing, stars gazing, but it's a good thing. And also yesterday, about the requirements of the special FC course was given in detail to all of you by the course team. So today we are making a formal beginning, and our chief guest, not only he is a capable officer who guided us in the past, but he is a very well-read officer who knows a lot about issues like climate change and how it has been negotiated now, and then how like things can be taken forward, and maybe in coming days he would interact on these issues with all of you. So towards the end, I wish all of you the best of campus life at MCRHRD, and it's my sincere belief that in the coming 15 weeks, you will learn a lot of things, and once you equip yourselves, upgrade yourselves with these skills, you will become an effective human being and public government servants. Thank you, one and all.
Figure in crafting this course manual. Sir, over here, please. Abbas, sir.
Is not very bulky.
As I keep repeating, he has been a person who believed in the thought pull from the future. So way back in 1980s, where technology was still coming to the forefront, and we had technocrats, but not much in the country. And here was a leader who not only had the courage, determination, and the grit to crack IITs not once but twice. So he has been an alumni of IIT Roorkee 1981, and alumni of IIT Delhi 1983. Of course, graduation and post-graduation simultaneously. A man who has a PhD degree, a man who has been vocal for the climate change and represented India at various forums. I would take an opportunity to always call him the irrigation man of for the state of Telangana. Ladies and gentlemen, he's none other than our own chief guest, who is advisor to the government of Telangana for irrigation and former chief secretary. Please welcome with round of applause Dr. Shailendra Kumar Joshi, sir.
My former colleague, Shri Benhar Mahesh Datikka, Director General, Shrimati Anita Rajendra, IS Additional Director General, my dear friend, Dr. K. Tirupataiah, IFS and Course Coordinator, Chief Consultant for Training, Dr. Madhvi Ravulpati Garu, Course Director, all the dignitaries sitting here, and young officer trainees. How is the Josh? Good. So, at the outset, I am honored to be with young officers of Indian Economics and Indian Statistical Services at this inaugural function of the special foundation course at MCRHRD, which is one of the premier training institutes in the country. I was told, given to understand, that many of you are from outside Hyderabad and Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. To a special welcome to those of you who have come from outside Hyderabad. How many of you from outside Hyderabad? Oh, so Hyderabadi are very few. As DG mentioned, as economist and statistician, you are going to play important roles in government agencies and departments.
that deal with economic policy and planning, and in times to come, you will provide important inputs related to assessment of economic growth, inflation, employment, trade, etc. During your career, you will also be helping to develop methodologies to evaluate government programs and initiatives aimed at addressing economic and social issues. Now, the most important point is, which pertains to India, the quality of data and its processing in our country calls for special attention. We need to focus on data collection and analysis for official statistics and the preparation of the economic and social surveys, which is about to come. The data integrity can be maintained by ensuring that data is accurate. You know more than me, but I am giving you the background. Accurate, complete, and consistent throughout its life cycle. This includes ensuring that data is entered correctly, because these are the issues which we tend to forget. Stored securely and protected from unauthorized access, modification, or deletion. Many of you must have observed with concern global ranking of India. That's why I gave this background on different subjects. Of course, in India, there are many vulnerable areas where India has to cover a lot of ground to catch up with the best in the world. However, the dubious distinction of India is scoring high ranking where it should be lower, and vice versa, where it should be lower, we got higher rankings, can also be attributed to using biased methodology. I want to sensitize all of you what are the challenges ahead of you. Let us take some examples. As reported, India is the 7th most vulnerable country in the world in terms of global risk index. 7th most vulnerable. 120th position on the world's sustainable development goals. If you go to Niti Aayog, they say all our states and union territories are on course and we will achieve our sustainable development goals. But the fact is that internationally we are at 120th position. And 107 position out of 121 countries on the Global Hunger Report 2022. Now we will discuss what international game plan takes place. India's Global Hunger Index score is 29.1 on a scale of 0, means there is no hunger, and 100, everyone hungry. So we are catered at 29.1. To add insult to the injury, ranking of India is behind Pakistan 99, Bangladesh 84, Nepal 81, Myanmar 71, and Sri Lanka 64. And it is noteworthy that those who are listed above us, there are food riots taking place. So there is something amiss as far as this international game plan of methodologies for various indexes are concerned. Let us take hunger, Global Hunger Index. Hunger, how it is defined, has been defined as an undesirable sensation caused by insufficient consumption of calories daily to lead a normal and healthy life in accordance with age, sex, stature, and physical activity. That's why hunger is defined. Similarly, undernutrition is another component which could be in terms of either quantity or quality of food intake, along with poor utilization of nutrients. So, malnutrition, hunger has been clubbed together as far as deciding Global Hunger Index is concerned. Now this Global Hunger Index report considers 4 broad indicators. Undernourishment, that is measure of the proportion of the population facing chronic deficiency of dietary energy intake, that is undernourishment. Child stunting, low height for age, and third point is child wasting, low weight for height, and child mortality, death of a child under the age of 5 years. It is like one indicator repeating 4 times. If a child is underweight, naturally he or she will be stunted, he or she will be wasted. So one indicator has been repeated 4 times. None of these parameters capture steps taken for providing food and nutritional security in India by the public distribution system. I mean, our 70-80 vulnerable population is covered under PDS, midday meal scheme, and Anganwadi, etc. So one may continue to criticize the choice of parameters, but it is the way Global Hunger Index has been calculated. So my request to all of you is, because soon you will take charge, methodology plays a crucial role in determining rankings, and it outlines the steps and procedures used to collect and analyze data. Once an index is released, there is no point. A good methodology should also be replicable, meaning that other researchers should be able to use the same steps and procedures to collect and analyze data. This helps to ensure that rankings are reliable and be compared to other rankings. It is important to consider the limitation and potential biases of the methodology. So I am not attributing any motive, but it is also important to consider the potential for self-selection bias when the ranking is based on voluntary participation by the institutions. You go ask some 4 or 5 persons, take a survey, that is going to be a biased kind of a methodology. So I am confident that all of you will look after such issues once you are in charge of these matters from the day one. That is one message I want to give all of you. Now, before I conclude, I must forewarn. You are entering the service, or rather you have entered the service at a juncture when the world is passing through several disruptive changes. I will mention a couple of those changes. Some of these are natural and many are anthropogenic, as DG Saab said, that climate change, it is natural as well as man-made. So I am going to touch upon 3 challenges of different kinds, namely climate change, advances in artificial intelligence, and spread of communicable epidemics or pandemics. For the doubting Thomases, climate change is real and knocking at our doors with extreme climatic events of increased intensity and frequency, whether it's flood anywhere in the world, or drought, or cyclone, or typhoons. The rising temperature, sea level rise, and changing monsoon patterns are going to affect socio-economic and natural resources in an uncertain term manner. As the impact of these events will be global, India will equally be affected. Now come to second point. Insofar development of artificial intelligence, machine learning and deep data mining are concerned, it will be equally disruptive. I quote, inverted comma, artificial intelligence is expected to have a significant impact on both white-collar and blue-collar jobs in the future. Then it further continues, white-collar jobs such as those in finance, healthcare, and business are likely to be affected by increasing use of AI for tasks such as data analysis which directly pertains to you. Decision making. For example, AI-powered software can analyze large amount of financial data more quickly and accurately than humans, which could lead to job losses for financial analysts and trades. Similarly, in healthcare, AI-powered diagnostic tools and robotic surgery systems have the potential to replace some job currently done by doctors and nurses. Similarly, the paragraph reads, blue-collar jobs, such as those in manufacturing and transportation, are also likely to be affected by the increasing use of AI and automation. For example, in manufacturing, robots and other automated systems can perform tasks better, like welding, painting, and assembly more quickly and accurately than humans, which could lead to job losses for factory workers. Similarly, in transportation, self-driving cars and drones have the potential to replace jobs currently done by truck drivers and delivery drivers. The last para says, it is worth noting that while AI could displace some jobs, it could also create jobs in areas such as data analysis, software development, and AI ethics. Inverted commas closed. Do you know who is the author of this paragraph, these 3 paragraphs? Any guess? This is courtesy ChatGPT. ChatGPT. And you see how intelligent is the software, artificial intelligence. If it says that the jobs, whether white collar or blue collar jobs, will reduce, I mean, there will be international pressure to stop further work on this artificial intelligence. But it says it is worth noting that while AI could displace some jobs, it could also create jobs in areas such as data analysis, software development, AI ethics. So mankind, with the human intervention, is up against a major challenge. Lastly, I am not sure about categorizing pandemic such as COVID, whether it was a natural or man-made, but whatever it was, is still raising its head in different parts of the world. So with these kind of challenges, which have a disruption kind of a major force, you are entering into the service. Every society has to devise its own adaptive and mitigative measures to face these challenges. The preparedness of the society to combat such disruptive issues will determine the outcome, whether it will be survival of the fittest, as predicted by Charles Darwin, or something else. In view of above samples, my young friends, your generation has to be ever vigilant and be ever ready to grapple with such disruptive issues. I am sure with your grit, determination, and dedication, you will not only succeed in all your endeavors, but also ensure that India comes out with flying colors. So, in this batch, Nari Shakti ko pranam. Thank you for your kind attention.
I would now request our Honorable Director General Sir to kind of show our gratitude to the Chief Guest for his time, concern, energy and advice by presenting a memento to him. when we say word of thanks, it has to be at the end of the program, at the end of the course, but for today's effort also, we can't be. If you have missed, YMCR, it talks about humility and has a lot of importance to it. Just now, one of our officer trainees was feeling some need of water, and the youngest member of our family, Dean for Center for Telangana Studies, Dr. Gautam Pingle sir himself, came to the forefront, picked up a bottle and gave it to her. Pingle sir, you are our champion, youngest of all. So, and ladies and gentlemen, we have to also thank each one of your faculties. I'll begin with the faculty who would be interacting with you more often on daily basis, cutting a line of discipline across you, but he is your biggest well-wisher. Thanks to the proctor, Dr. Ramchandra sir. He will ensure that you have a boundary line drawn so that you can have the best of the time. Thanks to all the DGs and nominees of societies. Thanks to individual HODs and the member of their teams who are there for you to ensure each of your activity, curriculum and co-curriculum. I can't miss to thank the administration wing headed by our administrative officer Padmavati Garu over there, who would be there coordinating and cutting across all the departments. So with that, I would request all of you to rise for national anthem.
भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे